Welcome welcome to our statistic learning session. Today we'll be talking about goodness of fit. So we have been doing in past few lectures we have been doing parametric hypothesis testing. Now we are moving on to non-parametric hypothesis testing. In parametric hypothesis testing, we are working within the realm of certain distribution, probability distribution, such as Gaussian distribution. We're asking questions such as whether my mean is zero or my mean is not zero. But when we are in non-parametric hypothesis testing, we are asking whether I have a distribution, and I'm asking question whether my distribution has a Gaussian with mean zero or is it entirely something different. Therefore, in null hypothesis, it will something look like a parametric. As I said, null hypothesis will say that my distribution x has a Gaussian distribution with mean 0 and variance 1. And if you can reject that, then it is something separately totally different. So that's how it goes in a non-parametric hypothesis testing. So let's begin. For this, we have a x is a random variable and it is unknown. And the realization of this variable are called x1, x2, x3, and we'll call them ID copies. And these x have a standard Gaussian distribution. Now, what I'm actually trying to test is that whether this x1, x2, x3 is a Gaussian distribution or is it entirely something different. It can be anything outside Gaussian distribution. We don't know. It's quite complicated. So there are actually two ways of doing this. And other is we can test whether x has a uniform distribution between 0 and 1. That's another question. And thirdly, whether x is a discrete, that is, whether x has a probability of 0.3, 0.5, or 0.2, or entirely something different. To understand this, I want to picture this. I want to picture a line. I want to picture a line here. I want to picture a line where it is of n minus 1. I want to picture a line where this is a line we have, and this line is controlled by mu, and its variance has 1. So let's suppose this is n01, this is n minus 1, and this is n plus 1. N1 comma 1 is entirely dictated by mu. And when we are doing parametric hypothesis testing, we are asking question whether the mean of distribution is whether it is 0 comma it is 0 0 mean is 0, or it is something entirely different along this line. It is within the realm of Gaussian distribution. But in parametric hypothesis testing, we're asking whether it can be anything beside this, and there's infinite possibilities. beside beside this point. There are lots of possibilities, right? So in the end, what I'm trying to say is that we have in this lesson we are doing goodness of fit test. So let me conclude our presentation today. uh, Let me quickly summarize what we learned today. uh, we are doing goodness of fit test, and we'll be doing goodness of fit test for a given distribution, and for that we'll be asking certain questions whether this particular distribution is Gaussian distribution, or where is a uniform distribution, or where it is a some discrete distribution. And for that, there are many ways to do it. When it's a discrete distribution, we are looking at a certain discrete cases, and for when we are looking at the beside anything beside Gaussian distribution, it can be discrete distribution, it can be either uniform distribution, or it can be a some kind of like a Gaussian distribution, which is a continuous case. So there are many ways to do it. So that's all for today. I'll see you next lesson. Thank you so much.